This is why Trump is starting to develop leftist policies now. Now, there's reports and inclination that he's been talking to his aides and trying to see about making student debt-free in this country. He sees that Bernie Sanders' policies are actually picking up traction and they're actually popular. And Donald Trump, he knows that he's gonna lose. He could possibly be impeached in the Senate, but I don't think it will happen ultimately because the Republicans have been out the White House for over a decade and they had to deal with a black man. So you have to understand that they're not gonna just simply turn against him or turn on him just for what? Seeking out help and advice from an entity, even though they're a foreign entity that is placating and quite frankly pushing false lies and a false narrative on social media and other various networks. But anyways, they still are going to unilaterally support him no matter what. And you have to understand that. So this whole entire centrist idea of trying to appeal to the right wing and appeal to Republicans, that's dead. That playbook is out. All we have to do is bring out our base, bring out the Democratic base, and we will win every single election time and time and time again. Now they say Bernie Sanders is starting to pick up in the polls. They say he's doing better and better every single day now. They say he's now a leading contender for Iowa. They say he's a leading contender for New Hampshire. Look, you can't look too much into the polls, and polls are always heavily skewed towards older voters because older voters are the only ones who really talk about politics to posters around this time. And you have to remember, at this same time, back in 2007, when Barack Obama was running for president, he was losing and trailing Hillary Clinton by over 30 to 40 points in the polls. And Bernie Sanders is down by 7 points in the polls at this point in time. So therefore, you have to understand that they're not accounting for his actual base, his actual supporters, his actual hardcore support that's going to push him over the finish line, not just in terms of the Democratic primary, but ultimately in the general election. It's quite funny, really, because Bernie Sanders is on the cusp of doing something that Ronald Reagan did, which is virtually sweep every single state in this country. I think Bernie Sanders can do that. I really believe he will do that. And when he wins, he's going to change America. They're going to be afraid of him. Bernie Sanders will be the most dangerous president probably in the eyes of the Republican Party. Probably the most dangerous president in the eyes of the Republican Party that they've ever had or ever will see. Because Barack Obama was their friend. But Bernie Sanders is not their friend. They hate Bernie Sanders, which is why they're trying to smear him and tear him down. And Bernie Sanders, he just denounced his endorsement for Cenk Uygur, who's running for a district in California, running for Katie Hill's district. I'm not sure the exact district, the exact number of the district. I don't want to get it wrong at this moment in time, but that's a district he'll probably win, because if you push a populist message, you will win every single time. And in our case, it's going to be a progressive message because the progressive policies are the most popular policies in this country. So if you run on a progressive platform, on a progressive populist message, you will win. You will win. You have to understand how to sell that progressive populist message to the constituents in which you are going to be representing. That's up to that individual in whatever district that they're in. That's how we're going to actually get this progressive movement along. That's how we're actually going to get progressive policies passed in the White House and actually have the greatest lives that we've ever seen.